my advice: take your meeps unvetted, because you want to use those tanks as like fire support. So you want to be able to buy a lot of them because you got to worry about LGB bombers, clusters, whatever. You're not using those on tank. You're just using them to.
Right, hello, 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 hello. This should be working. This should be working. We got a first from Captain Cactus. I'm just getting ready to cast this game. It was sent to me, and the only way I can cast it in time is live streams. So we're live streaming. We're going to be live streaming some games. We're going to be live streaming a tournament game. So we're streaming it live, and epic drama game apparently, or dramatic game. So we're just doing some shilling while we get set up here, and if he raids me, I won't actually know because I don't have that set up. So that would be pretty funny. Apparently, I'm not actually live on the Twitch, so that is very sad. We're not live on the Twitch. No, we are. We just don't have Warno as the game. No, we do. It's just when I go in Warno mode, I don't see my channel. It's not on Warno. Like, do you see what I mean? No, you don't. Yeah, I didn't because it's a qualifier and you guys played it too late. Now the next round has started, so it's like, don't want to cast the old stuff. So for some reason, it does not come up that I'm here, even though I am here. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Like, look, it says Warno. I'm looking at myself not on it. This is going to get a bit weird now. So we're just going to restart the game real quick to get the... I'm just downloading all the replays. Just downloading all the replays. That's going to take a couple seconds. Okay, I've downloaded them all now. And we'll cast this series, and we'll do it live. Of course, they've already played the series, but, So we're going to have to close Warno mode for a second, just so I can restart the game without spoiling the ending to you. What I can do is I can put my hand up to the camera, hand up to the screen, and I can not see what the outcome is. If any of you spoil it, I'm going to be really upset. We got Burger preaching my downfall again. Nothing new there. How's it going? Fortitude Fence. Whatever. Fortitude's got a YouTube channel. Check him out if you haven't already. Likes to air spam. So you could just cast it on that. But what I'm doing here is basically I'm holding my hand up to the screen so that when it tells me the outcome, I won't see it. So I don't know the outcomes of any of these games. So that's the play there. That's the epic play. So we're not seeing the outcome. We're not seeing the outcome. But yeah, hopefully this is gonna work. So that's game one. Right. Okay. So hello. And willkommen. So this is a knockout game, best of 3. We've got Menkar 4 and Guard Extrem's had to go, so he's been replaced by somebody called Bad Mackie. So we'll see about the power of Bad Mackie. Guard Extrem's / bottom feeder, definitely a very, very scary player, so losing him is very sad for the team. Very sad for the team. How's it going, Jar 98? Oh wow, T-Man raided me with 91 people. Hello, 91 gamers. We're going to be casting. You'll have just seen me play with T-Man. And now we're going to be casting the game. Well, sugar. So, get that back down there. This is a best of 3 from the DEFCON 2 tournament. How's it going, everybody? Wow, I'm popular on Twitch now. I usually stream on YouTube because it's got higher bitrate. But, we can do both. It's not a big deal. If you want your chat on the screen, you got to type it in the YouTube one. I do not yet have the technology to sort that out. So you gotta keep that in mind. If you want your chat on the screen, you gotta open up the YouTube link, which is actually not the link that is in the description. So let me just change the description real quick. There we go. Why doesn't hippie dress like a hippie? The reason I'm called hippie is because I got banned off Xbox Live for the motto "Burn the hippies," and yeah, that's how that went. So, so I'm basically the anti-hippie. Right. So we got a game. We got a game here. Mikhail has gone 35Y. Pazuzu has gone 79Y. Menkar's gone 56Y, and Bad Maki's gone 119Y. So all packed, which is crazy. You don't see that a lot at all. Typically, I believe NATO is stronger. Look, you're on the screen. Wow, incredible. How's it going? How's it going? Screen honors. Somebody sending me Steam messages. I can't read it right now. What have hippies done to me? Yeah, I don't know. I used to not like them. I don't know why. I can't remember. Don't really care anymore about them. So, basically, Mikhail doing the standard 35Y rush, but he's actually going here, which is interesting. And he's not actually going for Foxtrot at all. Just abandoning Foxtrot and taking the town, taking the forest even. So that's crazy. And then on the left, we got more Mikhail. And so he's taking India, he's taking the forest, but he's not going for Foxtrot. So his teammate, Pazuzu, has got no units on the map. Like, what? Oh. So he's also going for the forest with his many Razvedka BMP2s, and they're just abandoning Foxtrot. Here we go. Here it is. T80 BVs, two T80 BVs, and yeah, they're going to sit there. Okay, fair enough. So they're abandoning Foxtrot. You don't see that very often. And yeah, I recorded the session with my dog. If you want to view it early, if you're a channel joiner, member person, you can view it right now. Otherwise, it'll come out next week. So yeah, I did a 2.5 hour casting coaching session with my dog, who is like a very famous person, very famous individual. So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, so we'll start the game. So we got Menkar opening with the Luazes, the Loogies, whatever you want to call them, bundles of sticks. So this is the 56Y open. Basically, they get a lot of these cars that are forward deployed, and they get the 4 Spetsnaz Gru Stinger, which are very annoying. They're like SAS, basically. So you get 4 of them in a zone. There we go. That's where a lot of the points went. Then you can't use air over them because they blow it up. So we'll see what happens to these MiG-29s. And yeah, you just put 1 on every road, and you just upset people by putting 1 on every road. You see he's doing that quite effectively there. And yeah, we got 3 MiG-29, so they were expecting a heli attack. I'm not famous. I'm like a small fish in a smaller pond. I think that's reasonable. Used to go to school with Hippie from year 7 to year 9. He would bully me every day and steal my hula hoops. But since he's now a good person, I forgive him. I mean, that's pretty funny. If you could say which school I went to, I think that might blow a hole in your argument. This is going to be big. Oh no, he missed. He's only got 45% accuracy. He's going to get a second shot off. Down it goes. So that was a big kill. That's a big kill. Got that CV there. But because these guys only opened 1 CV, actually no, they did open 2. Right, MiG's coming in on the Su-24s. Stingers are going to get shots off, though, and you see that the Stingers are going to start messing these guys up, particularly this man. If they can kill that LGBT, it's huge. That is a huge, huge, huge kill. The LGBT is very, very powerful. They lost 2 MiG-29s for it, but I think it was worth it. Honestly, I think that was worth it. That was a huge kill. Huge! But generally, I think the blue strategy is quite poor, like going for the here instead of here. But I guess they want to... Well, they didn't get any... Is this a Razvedka? No, it's not. So they didn't manage to get any AT in here. So they've just got Spetsnaz. So any vehicle sent in there is just going to start obliterating people. I was a drug dealer. I used to sell people Mentos. I don't know if you've heard of Mentos. You probably do have them in America. I think it's an American company. I used to sell people Mentos. I had to stop because they would give people suspensions if they caught them selling things, some kind of legal issue. G-list celebrity, yeah. So, yeah, it's going a lot better for Red, I think. Losing the LGBT was sad, but Red have mid, and Blue don't have this side. Although, Blue they do have 79Y, so if they just buy a grad and hit this, it's going to sort it out. And I do like this. Oh, this guy does have an AT. My bad. This guy went too deep and will probably die now. It's just the sad that you can see him frantically clicking back there. It's just the sad reality of helicopters in this game. They're not very maneuverable. This guy's very, very, very dead. If this, yeah, the Stingers got him. If the Su-27s don't. So certainly the better Air Force is on the side of... better ASF force is on the side of the red team. But blue team have the better strike craft. He's doing it again. He didn't land this, so that's going to go down, get picked up for free. They did manage to so this is actually turning into something now, because they managed to get these here. Because that AA gun died, although I don't know if it hit it anyway. And this AA gun wasn't in position to shoot it. They did manage to reinforce this, and so now for red to hold on to this is going to be very, very, very difficult. Red are also sort of doing a gamer moment where basically this guy should be here and then he can see most of the zone, or you put him here and then he can see all of the zone. So that's definitely where he should be. He should not be here because then you can't see behind this tree, but he does see that CV. High altitude bomber here, so if blue's careful they can save some of their units. Bit of friendly fire there. Spetsnaz on Spetsnaz action. One hell of a training exercise for the Soviet Union. The spin of panic. Mentos was a code word for Fent. Yeah. So yeah, it's going, and the ticker stopped. Now that blue's in here, they have invested a lot in CVs, but I would expect to see red buy an artillery piece, just blow this up. Or blue could buy an artillery piece, blow this up. This is going to be an interesting interaction. There's a problem with AA guns where they deal like 60% damage to infantry or something. So even though this would shred a helicopter, it's going to get like no kills on that. Over here, red are just taking so many bad trades. I've not really been paying attention to it. I've been looking over here, but they just... The Razvedka BMP-2, basically, guys, it has mediocre stealth, whereas, you know, your normal BMP-2 has... No, that has bad stealth. Took me a second there. So, you see this guy did 1 damage. I mean, he's low cohesion, but you see he just doesn't do a lot. But look at it against the helicopter, low cohesion. Brrr. Oh, never mind. It's not as effective as I thought it might be. Su-27s might be overextending here. They do... Whoa, okay, interesting. Who's got the most ASFs here? I feel like 119Y should have the advantage, but losing those SUs, that is rough. And Menkar, yep, doing the right thing here. He's going to send the Luazes around the side to upset people. That's what it's all about. And yeah, you see that the ASFs are just... Everybody's losing ASFs this game. But red still have mid. And they are in here. They just need some smoke. So I did hear some rocket arty. Did I? I heard something. I heard something that sounded like rocket arty, but... Okay, whatever, I guess I'm wrong. So red are going to tick up again now. And, okay, LGBT's out for it. Yeah, that's 1 dead CV, man, and this is going to come back in. I think this is going to turn into CV warfare, who can kill the most CVs. But in a 2v2, it's very difficult to kill all your enemy CVs, because typically, people bring 1v1 decks, and they bring too many CVs for 2v2. Is this a recording? It's, I am live speaking to you. It's just the chat that's coming up is coming up on YouTube. So that's why you can't see that. But the game itself has literally just been played, and then I got the replays off them. So this has just happened. It's hot off the press, which is why I figured I'd cast it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to fit it in. But yeah, I'm lively speaking to you. The only reason you can't see the chat is because it's on that YouTube link. The chat is on the YouTube link. I am a good person. I'm casting this game for free. For free. Can you believe it? Interrupting my business model. This is a good place for a Conkers. You see, they're not really paying enough attention. The micro's over here. That was a good kill. He evac's the right way as well. That was lucky. He should have pathed it over here and then evac'd it, because you got the problem where if he'd come over here, these Stingers would have lit him up, which they've been doing a lot lately. So things have slowed down a bit. I do like blue getting in here. So Benkar's going to get back in there. I do not understand why blue have bought Akatsias. I think that was a mistake. Although, actually, he is taking out the Conquers teams, but I do think that the power of the Grad is great. I've noticed they've not brought a fob. As these guys have a fob they haven't bothered to use. So these guys have reached their position. You could send this down here. That's a good place for it, just like down the road, or, you know, down the road a bit and then through. But they've not got much fuel, so they do run out. And you see the ATGMs are just getting taken out one at a time, one at a time. But here we go. It's going to be more ticks for red. So this is why you need the Grad, because you can just grad this little bit here, and you're a winner if you grad that little bit. But these guys have gone known as... I could have sworn I heard Rocket Arty, but I just didn't hear it. I'm a very wonderful person, yes. That Conquers is probably going to survive because Nonas are not very good, and they're firing from so far away that they're doing a lot of missing. Whereas the Akatsias can afford to do that. Basically, the range scaling... you see, artillery is very weird in this game. Either it hits you directly and does serious damage, or it misses by a tiny bit and does no damage. And I really do wish they would fix that, but I guess, you know, they've got more important things, basically. So, yeah, I need a grad here, man. Grad this. Grad this. Grad this. So what we're going to do for you is watch this LGBT go in. And it got a T-80B VK. So this is why you need to keep the LGBTs alive. You'll note that blue have no long-range AA here. They could have 3 cubs up here, but they've decided not to.
I like money.
Highlander became a member. Highlander celebrates 2 months of membership.
Oh, thank
Nemesis 2.3 enjoyers are getting bullied.
Yeah, we are. If you haven't voted already, guys, go vote for Nemesis 2.3. It's got the most units. It's got the most new units, so it's the best value for money. It's got the most interesting divisions. Maybe not the most meta divisions. If you vote for 2.1, just don't tell me. I'm just very frustrated at 2.1 voters. If 2.2 wins, I won't be too sad. But 2.3, in my opinion, is the superior option. So, blue have taken mid while I was shilling. So, where do you vote? It depends. What are you going to vote for? Which one are you going to vote for? Because if you voted 2.1, then I'm not going to tell you where you vote. No, I will tell you. Oh, you're voting 2.3 based 2.3. I'm such a good person right now. So what you do is you go to... I'll just post it in both chats. If you just go to that, I've got a meme that has the link next to it, and that should help you out. So, yeah, some serious back and forths going on here as I shill my channel. I'm gonna vote. But yeah, if 2.2 wins, it's not the end of the world. Here we go, Grad. There you go, because there's really only one place it could be. When you've got your recon here instead of in the good spot, you don't see that part of the map. So he's like, well, it could really only be in one place. Over here, red have managed to push blue back out. They just couldn't hold the ground. These Orc guys are really useful for, like, sponging. Basically, the high... 56 wires, the highest HP packed infantry. Unless you count KDA spam as high HP packed infantry, which I guess it does. So this guy's probably not going to make it. He's probably not going to make it. He makes it. He doesn't make it, just like I said. I always believed. And over here, yeah, so blue have the problem where them getting in here, you got to come across here. As red getting in here, they just deposit it here. So it's very difficult to do that, but they are on a +3. And that CV went down, just like we said. So what they should have done is have a backup CV. Because they've got one here, so they should have had a backup CV here. Another thing you can do is smoke. You know, smoke, because a mortar can sustain 2 blobs of smoke simultaneously, right? You know, before the first one fades, if you just shift Q this, it will keep both of them. So you smoke here, and you smoke... I'm pointing at my screen, I don't know, that's not helping you. And you smoke here, and then you can hide it anywhere in here, and they wouldn't know about it. But then they counter battery your smoke mortar. That grad needs some resupplying, and I'm a bit... I feel like Pazuzu can really do with just buying 2 cubs and putting them here, and that would stop a lot of these heavy dives. You see, Mikhail is going to fall off quite hard over the course of this game. Red definitely have the better late game. 35Y falls off pretty hard. 56Y doesn't because it can swap into grads, which we've seen already, and T62s, whereas 35Y doesn't really have any tanks. I mean, 56 does drop off a bit, but not as hard as 35. And of course, 119Y is the ultimate late game division. It is the latest game division, the latest division in-game. Ooh, loses a guy in a transport there, and he's brought it in the expensive transport, so that's 85 points down the drain. These metlers I don't really rate. And whoa! You see the power of the TAEU. This is why they're the latest game division. These guys with their 19 pen 17 armor do way less damage than that. And the smoke. Oh, will he get him? No, he's going for that one. So you see, no, he got it. He got it. I want to see one of these hit that. I reckon it'll do like 3 pips of damage maximum, maybe even 2. So this guy is getting back in the zone in the same place, and he's going to get gradded again. And I'm just very. I don't want to say disappointed. Pazuzu really needs to buy a grad and start hitting this, because he can just do the same thing that's being done to him. But I've noticed that they haven't opened FOB, so they are going to struggle a bit. The Spetsnaz are getting healed up by supply healers, so that's good shout. Hippie is the worst good person in the history of good person. Somebody said they voted for 2.1. You're not my friend anymore. Double bomber here in place of the grads that could have been bought. So you lose the bomber, you never lose the grads. Although an ASF goes down there. This guy is evacing the right way. And yeah, you know, that worked. But a grad is a safer option. Grad keeps you alive. And the main problem Red have is that... So the T-80Us absolutely eviscerate T-80BVs. They kill everything apart from the HA Abrams. But if he stays here for too long, the LGBT comes and kills him. Although Mikhail has overextended here and is going to lose that. That was a terrible loss. That was a terrible loss. That was a terrible, terrible, terrible loss. Why do I not recommend the Metaler? Because the whole point of the Okranas is that you spam them as meat wave, and if you're bringing them in a 45-point transport instead of a theoretically free transport because you sell the trucks, you don't get to spam as much of your meat wave. That's it. The vehicle itself is decent, but for 45 points, I mean, that's pretty pricey. Here we go, grad purchased. What happened to you and T-Man's best of 3? So basically, T-Man's got work, and our opponent crashed. And he said that his PC takes a long time to restart because he's from the UK, so he's poverty-stricken, just like me. And so we figured, well, by the time he restarts it, T-Man Shift will start or whatever job he's got. And so we figured we'll play tomorrow, same time. So tomorrow, same time, is going to be games 2 and 3 of our series. And this is the equivalent series played by 2 other teams. Basically, whoever wins this series will face us if we win our series. So this is a big deal. It's literally just been played. They played at the same time as us. So if you know the outcome, because you're a bit speedier, please do not spoil it for the people watching. Please do not spoil it for me. It has no armor. 78 PZ is correct. The Metler for 45 points. I don't see it anywhere. The SUs are still out, and really, if Pazuzu had just purchased 2 Cubs and had them back here, like, we haven't seen any seed all game, because they don't get seed. Neither of these divs get seed. So all he had to do was buy 2 Cubs, keep them back here. He would have got so many kills on these planes, but instead they're just playing the fighters, and it's like, I mean, he's bought the grads, but he just needed 1 of those and 2 Cubs. You could buy 2 and a bit Cubs. And so Red are able to just constantly dive with their ASFs, although they are losing them anyway to fighters. The Cubs would just make it so much easier. They get such better trades. So I'm expecting to see these grads go in on this now, because it's now +1 to Red team, because they've taken back the mid, which they did a while ago. You see the T-80U just casually with its 21 pen, one-shotting 4 armor from almost max range, and it's a very, very scary tank. So, grads... Yeah, this is a lack of team play, I think, because this is Mikhail's front, right? This is Mikhail's business. And so Pazuzu's like, bro, I gotta hit the T-80. Nah, mate. Between the team... Oh, there was a Metler there. We didn't get to show that it had no armor. Between the team, this is the better target, although he is just leaving anyway. Because this will survive. It knocks it out for a bit. It's got to repair. It's got to get its mojo back. He is splitting the volleys, though, so that was only 20 rounds. This guy tried to get hits off, but died. That's a big shame. I don't think this guy can see the enemy. He's going to take a full turning circle now. This Igla needs some repair. Here we go, counter grad going in on the CV. Pazuzu's not reacting. The CV is dead. It is dead. Unless Menkar splits his grad. That's a one dead CV. Like, he's still not reacted. He's still not reacted. You hate to see it. Yeah, down it goes. Definitely would have survived if it was moving. What if you buy the Okrana with the intent to use the Metla? You can, but then you don't have any spam infantry. You can build it whichever way you want, you know, that's the advantage. So 2 blue CVs went down in quick succession there. But the T80s over here, I believe a T80U just got eviscerated by the double grad there. So that's actually a huge kill. But yeah, red back on is going to be a +2 now. And blue not doing a great job on this side. Like, the grad getting the T80, fine, but you need points. You need points, and they're not getting points. And yeah, it's just very difficult to resupply by driving into the middle of the map. Like, you see this road is covered, and this road is covered. So you gotta, like, dismount here. There's a hill here, so you gotta manually drive it, and it'll, like, come down here, maybe, and then you gotta drive it across, and then get them in. Meanwhile, your opponent's just dropping them off here, just walking in, dropping them off here. You know, it's much easier for red. Over here, literally nothing has happened. There were 2 Luazes over here ages ago. I'm not sure what happened to them. Para-Lenin should have kept the CV alive. Yeah, but this is Lenin on Lenin action. This is Lenin on Trotsky action. Sadly, that missed, so we still don't see how much damage it does. But honestly, my money's on red for this game. Because this isn't going to work. And now that he's got all the T80s up, he's winner, chicken dinner. These things just obliterate the T80 BVs. Back. So you see, they do 1 damage, man. They do 1 damage. Whereas these guys are doing like 3 or 4. They have to get 10 hits. So he's gone for the SU-25s, but the enemy actually has AA. So down it goes. 35 wide does get a seed plane. I think 79 wide does as well, actually. So they should have sent a seed with those SUs, and they would have got at least one of those Tunguskers, and maybe saved the SU. The advantage of the Tunguska is you could switch off the thingy-mabob. You can switch off the gun. So that's that. So yeah, they're playing. Things are happening. I've sort of realised that I really probably don't have time to cast all 3 games, or at least I'm going to do it anyway, but I think I've bitten off more than I can chew here, and I think I'm not going to get as much sleep as I should. But yeah, you see that these guys, they're not smoking it up, so they just keep losing them. Like, I will cast all 3 in the best of 3. Or, you know, I'll cast the full series, who knows how many games there are. There might only be 2. But yeah, if all the games last as long as this one, whoa. 79Y get the MiG seed, which is a bit rubbish. Yeah, but... Oh, does 119Y does have a seed, you're right. Yeah, it's the one that turns very badly. But the 79Y seed is good because of the gun. Use it to kill helicopters. It's really good. So you see that, yeah, red are just slowly catching up here, and I just can't see blue getting back in here at all. Oh, another CV died. So they're getting sniped by the cluster mortar. This thing is sniping all the CVs because it one-shots any vehicle with less than 3 top armor. So that must have been how we got the one over here as well. We'll check the kill list for this guy at the end. My man Slivka is doing big work. And you see that blue, they just can't hold this position, right? Because they just can't reinforce it that well. So they're investing in the arty. They're finally hitting this. And they've got helicopters, which they can't really use because the Tunguskas kill them. The Iglas kill them. There's lots of Iglas here. So it's looking pretty rough. Push 56Y with infantry. Or 119Y with anything. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what blue's going to do. I think this is red's game to win. Down goes another CV. They do have a backup this time. But yeah, it's just... it's not great. It's not great. I think red had the superior draft. So how many CVs have they lost this game? It's been many. And a Resvedka BMP2 was here. I don't know if it was that one or if it also died. We see a lot of smoke and stuff. Interesting. So the grads are killing the tank. So the tank did die. And this guy can't get up there because this man will kill him. So he can't shoot that. But this is probably spotted. Although Menkar and Bad Mackie have not put... Oh, they just have to put one recon here. I don't understand why people don't do this. If they like this one, just put that there. You can see the whole zone. You literally see the whole zone. So blue clinging on stubbornly for dear life. We see smoke coming out. But why? You would typically do this before an attack, but there's no attack. So that's interesting. Iglas are dying to the Acacias. The Acacias being used pretty effectively there. Getting both Iglas. AA Helo's being sent to kill that Descent, and they will probably get that because they've got like 60% accuracy missiles. Times 4 each. Strela 10M might have something to say about it. He's clumped them up too much. He took 2 hits with 1 shot there. You don't want to put them too close together. And the SU-25, they can't really use it until they get a seed out because there's just too much here. Oh, I like this. What? What? It's going to get spotted, though. It's going to get spotted. It's going to get spotted. It's happening. They're getting spotted. So, yeah, that's exciting. That's a pretty funny one. I'm just going to open up my Discord here and quickly... Yeah, so that is very, very funny, and they've got the ASFs for it. They need to put them around here, but this one Tunguska is going to kill all that unless the BMD2 can get it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, Mikhail is in there. Pazuzu's still coming round. Oh, that's a good micro there, but these guys are evacing over the Tunguskas, so bad micro, bad micro. You do not want to fight over the Tunguskas. He recognized that, Pazuzu. He pulled his guys out. But look at this. They're all just dying to that one Tunguska. He needs that BMP2 to take it out. But it's on fast move instead of attack move. So they're all dying. If it was on attack move, he's like, look, he's pinging him. No, Menkar is pinging that. But Mikhail, he's not noticed. He's on fast move. So his accuracy is reduced. He can't fire his ATGM. This guy is trying to land. But yeah, this is rough. Like, that's been evac'd by it, and it will now evac over the Tunguskas. Oh, okay. Just vanishes into oblivion. So the BMD2 did get him, so he's dropped them there, which is good, because that's the reinforcement route. The MI8s are probably not getting out, to tell you the truth. And these guys probably will die to Escortini when they get spotted, or he can attack position it. The Escortini, of course, with AA missiles, but these 240mm, they don't work properly. They're bugged out. Been bugged out for a long time. And yeah, the backline Tunguska, it got a lot of kills there. That was like a really... I don't think he knew about it. I think he just bought it for the front line, and he just got kind of lucky there. MiG-27 is probably going to go down, and it's like, how do you... I feel like he should have attacked Hotel instead of going for Golf, but I guess they wanted a +2. Over here, the Grad takes out another T-62, and this is what we were talking about. This is what we were talking about. The whole thing's just going to be trying to kill each other's CVs. BMD2 should beat this. It depends on that first volley. If that Kokon... Yeah, so Hood failure... Ah, he's stunned. Never mind. That first volley didn't get a lot of damage off. If you get like 2-3 hits, it works. So the MiG-29s, they're doing work there. He's going in on... The Escortinis are doing a bad moment from Bad Mackie. They're coming in too close. They're taking a lot of fire that they don't have to. But you see it's automatically target switching to the other one. So the MiG-29 should go on the full HP one, and it does. And then rotate for the second one, and it does. Good play from Mikhail. Sadly, he is evacing over a Tunguska, so we're probably not going to be seeing him anymore. Oh, okay. Skill moment, dodging that. Very skillful moment. Yeah, they're probably not going to be able to hold on to this. The SU doesn't have targets, right? And this guy, like, he's got it queued to move. I really do wish that Red had just put like one T-62 MD with 2,800 meter range ATGM here, and then they would have had full command over this zone for like the whole game. But instead they did it the hard way. Whatever works, man. Hilo memes on Cripple, a classic. Yeah, they're very much inspired by you. There was some kind of bombing there. I'm not sure what that was. Oh, it will have been this thing. And this Spetsnaz... Yeah, if only they'd gone for Hotel. They would have... The Helos, as they come down here, would have killed this, and they would have got in Hotel. But they were too greedy. They went for Golf. And that was just a big mistake, going for Golf there. So 11 minutes left with this constant +1 for red, and this the guy's just not gonna make it. Just not gonna make it. Okay, never mind. It's going for the tank, which might get side shot. No, it might get side shot now. Okay. Just get some mortars, get some smoke on the go. I know you know how to do it, because I saw some smoke over here. So that is, yeah, that was really sad, actually. I think blue could have won that if they'd done the helo attack here, but instead they just sort of messed it up. And now, like, what? This guy's never getting over there. As you can see, they're just putting one blocking unit. That'll just cover all that. My 24p got sniped by the AT because these guys still haven't bought Cubs. It's 30 minutes into the game, and the best AA in the game, best AA choice in the game between the two teams, has not been purchased. So the planes, they just keep flying in, keep getting kills. T-80 BVK command tank goes down in mid to grads, but yeah, Pazuzu is just an uphill battle, man. The T-80 UDs just trade so much better. The micro's basically got to be perfect. I do like this counter battery attempt, but Nonas are very bad. Yep, long live the 2.3 Nemesis option, and yeah, now they've reinforced. Yeah, well, yeah, it's like we said. Yeah, you got one chance, man, and you mess up your one chance, that's it. And now they can't get in here either because there's a T-80U there. So that was very sad. It is interesting that they're trying to kill the spawn, though. I mean, this Tunguska's really going to mess this up, this plan up. And this man's just never getting over there. In fact, I actually think he'll be spotted as well. Oh, never mind, because this is there instead of here. It can't actually see. Interesting. That Tunguska does not have line of sight. And you see the T-80 BVs, he's doing his best, but at the end of the day, this is just a better tank, and you literally have to hit them 10 times to kill them with your stuff. And he only has to hit you like 3 times. Look at that. He's doing like 3 damage a shot. And because he's got 2 tanks, you know, you got to smoke this one already because you don't know what the future's going to bring. This man's probably about to get artilleried. No, they're going for the AT plane instead. It looks like he's aiming for the wrong thing, though. Oh, never mind. He gets side shot by a T-80 UD. So they need another CV, if they even have one at this point. Still +1 for red team. And yeah, this has been reinforced now. So that was just a big shame that they went for that. And I'm really not sure what the plan is here. Like, okay, is he going to unload that? Yeah, okay. But you see they spawn here. And now down go the AA helos. Oh, never mind. Meti squad get him. These guys don't have close range AT, so we use the OP Spetsnaz. Cutting the spawn is pretty funny. It is a pretty baller move, but I just don't see it working out. So, yeah, over here, red have basically swept this because they don't have to worry here because Pazuzu just can't really do anything to him. He's bought double cluster planes. I'm just really surprised by the lack of seed from blue. They have all these planes and they're just not investing in the seed, which is going to keep these planes alive. But instead they're just YOLOing into the AA every time, taking some hits, and then fighters are finishing them off. Not sure where that one went. Wow, that was a weird. So yeah, that guy goes down. So yeah, no Sneed, question mark. Red's push here is a bit lethargic, so it is getting countered by... So Pazuzu's rotated his T-80 BVs, or some of them anyway. The cluster planes are getting hit by... Yeah, so if you had 2 Cubs here... I know I've been saying this for 32 minutes now. If you had 2 Cubs there, this guy wouldn't have been able to kill those 2 planes. Oh, he runs out of bullets. Okay. So they're going in for this, but it's an uphill battle because the enemy is reinforced and their spawn is here and yours is here. So they're getting people there much faster than you, and they can basically bomb everything with impunity because you don't have any AA there. Blue is counter-attacking quite successfully here, and they have still got CVs, apparently. They do need AA, because this guy with the Kokons is really causing some problems for them. Maybe they'll dive with fighters again. And over here, like, this is, yeah. I just really wish he'd gone for hotel. I really wish he'd gone for hotel. It's a shame. Because, yeah, usually there is a guy here, but, I mean, he would have got in if he went for hotel. He just got too greedy, he went for golf. So Menkar and Bad Maki are about to overtake them with 7 minutes left. This is going for that rocket plane, as we anticipated. But the double straws, this thing is very dead. It's flying over them as well. Second shot. Oof. What happened to... I thought that was a fighter. My bad. Looks like he's going to make it. But we probably won't see him for the rest of the game because of how much damage he took. This guy gets evac before he can even do anything. And yeah, it's just not looking up at all. This was just a bad idea. He should have gone for hotel. So they got in, and we'll see what happens to them. But yeah, I don't know. Blue made some serious mistakes in this game. Red made a few mistakes as well, like diving over here, but they could because there was no cubs here. Not protecting your flanks is a big one, but that seemed to work out anyway because blue were too greedy. They were too greedy. What do I like about 2.3? It's better. It's got the most novel units, and it's got the most unique playstyles. 2.1 genuinely is just an awful option. It's just literally 5th Panzer and 8th Infantry smushed together. It's like the most boring thing ever. And the packed option on 2.1 is literally useless. It's just a bunch of AT guns. So yeah, that CV goes down, but they're in the lead. They're in the lead, right? So even if they keep this, that just stops the tick. They need points, and they're not getting points. Like, this isn't getting in there. I don't see that happening. Somehow we got over here. So yeah, power 2. But he's even got a supply, but I don't think he's noticed the fob. I think he's actually not going to see it because of the LOS, but does he not? I think you have to see the center of the fob for it. No, he's seen it. Right. So, yeah, he's like, bro, help me attack. But they need points. They've got 5 minutes to get 60 points. And I just don't understand why he went for this. What they could do is a Katsia smoke it, maybe. But they need him in a transport. And, yeah, so if you... So the problem is this guy is obviously TAU, so I just don't think it's happening. What he could do is try and somehow get this to here and walk it in that way, but I don't know. He's only got 5 minutes. That guy's probably going to die. No, never mind. Probably be okay. So, yeah, really close game. No, sadly I can't. But, you know, Protozoka said he would cast your game, Helljumpers, so, you know, why do you care? So they managed to cap the fob. So this is pretty impressive, actually. I think if this game had gone on, like, another 20 minutes... I mean, I don't know the outcome, right? I just assume that Blue's going to lose this, because I just feel like they don't have the time. And there's no way they're getting in mid. Unless they do some, like they're going to try it. They're going to try it with 4 minutes. We'll see if those guys even get there in time. They've still got the mortars for smoke, but they don't have a CV to send in here. So he's preemptively smoking, but he's going to get counter-batteried. Oh no, here's the CV. Okay, this is cool. But this guy is going to get to here, surely, and just shoot him in the side. T80 BVs going in on T62s and winning. And yeah, Blue needs to make sure that Red don't get back in here. Would love to see a grad strike. He's got the grads. They're ready. Love to see a grad strike on this. He knows there's a lot there. Or pre-aim it here. But there's no CV here anymore because they moved the CV over here. So if Red goes back in here and gets a +2, then them contesting this zone isn't going to matter. But there's no CV here. So it's very exciting. The SU-25 is going in on the T-80U and they do get it. Which means that this guy... he's just going to run across an open field. Really? Okay, so they're just going to try and saturate that thing with the helicopters and the planes. It's going to shoot the SU, which means that the Vickers have time to open up. And the other SU, with the KH something. What a game! I think you'll love the playstyle of 2.3, you should vote for it. But yeah, basically Bad Mackey's going to get back in here, and that's going to counteract this one. Or will it? Because that'll be +2, but then this will be +4. So that'll actually be a +2 advantage for Blue. So this is big. It's big stuff. But then this is coming in, which will actually put it back to even Stevens. So unless this guy gets in, and I've noticed the Akatsias aren't smoking, so if Red has any bombers left, they're spawning. They can't spawn anything in. And everything they spawn in for over here dies. So these guys, they're not getting reinforced. This guy's on move instead of attack move, so he's just getting shot. Okay, they changed that one up. There's no CV in here. I think Blue can do it. I think Blue can do it. This TA-BVK is going to die, though, so maybe not. Oh, he got a crit. Oh, he's got to go back. He's got to go back. He's got to go back. And there's no CV here. That was so bad. Not a CV there. But this is a +2. So they're still going to be on a +2. Maybe. Yeah, they will be, yeah. Until there's a CV here, but they literally can't buy CVs here to send down here, because anything they send gets blown up. So they're swapping into helicopters. They bought a burrito. Not sure why, I guess he wants to hit this. T-80 BVK command tank went down. This guy hasn't finished capping this zone. He's getting strafed. Where's the grad? Where's the grad? The grad isn't firing. The grad could deal with this. The grad could deal with this. He's going to fully cap it, though. It takes a long time, but then it'll be +2 for these guys with 1 minute left. This is wild. What a game. They're going to make it. They're going to make it. They're going to make it. Right, okay, so that's going to give them the points they need. So Red, how does Red get back into this? I think Red have just lost. I can't believe it. That guy goes down, but it's just a second too late. If the grad went on him, maybe. If they bought that earlier, maybe. But they need a CV there, but this they've already overtaken them. They got 1 minute. So if they take this, they'll be on a +4 for themselves with 1 minute. But it's got to get there. Is it going to happen? I mean, clearly nothing's going to happen over here. Can't see this working out for anybody. So it all comes down to this and how fast this can get in there. Because they do have the point lead, but this will... First it will stop the tick, and then it will give them a +4, I believe. No, a +2. I don't think there's enough time. I think the fact that this takes so long to cap, I think Red have lost. I mean... You see Blue are just hemorrhaging units all over the map. They're just trying to buy time. They don't have any CVs left by the looks of things. Otherwise, surely there'd be one in there. Grad is opening up on that big blob. It's going to be good kills there. But yeah, I think Blue have done it. What a game. What a game. I think this was the best game of the tournament, to be honest. Yeah. He made it hard for himself. Could have just gone for hotel, but hey, man, that was wild. What a game! What a game! So that's GG, and Blue wins. It'll come up as a draw, but the way it works in the tournament is whoever gets the most points wins, and 657 plus 254 quick maths is 911 compared to 955 for Blue. So Blue did it. GG, GGG. What a game. What a game. What a game. And yeah, it just comes down to not defending the sides, panicking a bit. Everybody's panicking a bit. Blue definitely could have improved a lot with the buying the Cubs maybe, but I thought Blue's ASF play was really, really, really good. But yeah, that was probably the best game of the tournament we've seen, apart from the two French guys, Les Multijoueurs versus the world former #1, Fortitude Fence and Captain Cactus. That was a really good series. That was a really good game. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to black screen it because we don't want to, because we've got the replays, we will know the, so it's just because it comes up with victory or defeat at the start, so I was just getting rid of that. Right, so game 2 of 3. Let's get the text up. Hippie 3 World 1. That is from YouTube. There we go, let's use that for there we go. Because people keep asking me, is this a recording? Because they see the chat and they're like, I'm typing things, it's not coming up. This is not a recording. Game 2 BO3. So this is an elimination game. If your boys blue yellow submarine don't get their act together, it's going to be over for them. They've gone 2 heavy divs on Cyrus. No, hang on, that's that's Pazuzu and Mikhail. Right, so Pazuzu and Mikhail. Actually, let's just play it. They've gone 2 heavy divs on Cyrus, which I think the opener is not going to go their way, but if it goes late, they can make something happen. They've also bought this thing. I guess they want to throw. This thing is useless. Doesn't even have a gun on it. So Menkar and Bad Mackie have gone... I keep calling him Bad McKay. Bad Mackie. What if somebody watches the recording of this? The confusion that's going to follow? Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. So you see that thing died because it's rubbish, and they brought Pivads, don't know why. That's a lot of AS. What the heck? 2, 4, that was 6 ASFs purchased, and they only lost 1. Pivad's very bad. But basically, 4th are going to get in here first, and now Blue have to try and push in without autocannons. We'll see how that goes. I mean, I said that red would win last game, and I was wrong. So, who knows? How can you beat the Slavia brothers? Watch all of the Slavia brother games, and you'll start to notice patterns. I think every series Slavia brothers have played, except one, is on my channel. So you just look for Wendigo Powered Polish Train. Just watch all their games. That's the advantage of watching replays. So this thing's probably dead, and honestly, I think the blue draft here was absolutely awful. I'm really not sure why they picked 2 heavy divs, no airborne div, because now they got to get in here, and you know, there's a nice open field. Usually, I mean, that guy didn't even make it. Usually, blue retains this. And then that helps you a bit because you can come in through here. But what's happened here is that blue their staging area is here, and red, if they've got any sense, yeah, we see it happening. They're just going to stack ATGMs all over the place, and they got the BMP3 with the max ranges, so they're leaving it at the max range. Sort of, I think. I mean, to be honest, this tree line would be great for those BMP3s. I'm not sure where they're going. And so blue have to advance over this sort of field of death into this perfect semicircle of enemies who could shoot them from all directions. And they've also blue haven't got these positions either, so red might be in there. Obviously, we know they're not. So red could also shoot from here, if you get, I mean, to be honest, red usually doesn't end up here, but it can happen. So, yeah. Well, that's what they get for trying to get famous on the internet. They get all their games showing off, and then they get counted, just like me and T-Man. I could put a date on the screen and leave it at that, yeah. Oh, the red heli killed the fob. Oh, I see. That's why it didn't get there in time. Sorry, I didn't check that. 78 Panzergren. So, yeah, I think blue have really stuffed themselves here. I honestly, I think this game's kind of overdue. I'm just going to speed it up because they've just lost in the first 3 minutes of the game. So we're gonna put this on a cheeky ×3 and see if anything happens. But this is a very over game, as far as I can see it. So down goes the Ihawk. Scout back here, that's a good scout, but it's going to die to the BMP3s immediately. Brr. See you later, kid. Grad needs some supply, that's what's coming his way. And blue have just totally messed it up. So what they need to do, if they want to win, is try and take this, and then they can get a CV in there. Something else funny is happening over here. Blue haven't actually secured this zone, so Bad Mackey's just going to run in a command. So yeah, what blue need to do is path all you guys down here, and then go from here to here. Because if you come out here, you're just getting hit by too much rubbish. All the air's shooting you. Whereas here to here is much more manageable. And then you can... Oh, something's happening. Okay, time to slow it down. Blue are back in the game. So we see the mutt in the smoke. It's smart, but the counter is the grad, and there is a grad on the field. So we should expect to see that. I also like the smoke corridor here. They made a smoke line to get themselves in. One mortar can sustain 2 clouds of smoke, but at max range you do end up with gaps in it. Looks like the smoke has faded, but they're still on a +2 because they've taken this, and there's no CV here, although they can drive this one in. So really, they need to take this, so I guess that's why they bought the engineers, but because they ran them over here instead of from here to here, they're taking a lot of damage before they get in, and the BMP3, the only way to kill that's the M1A1. This engineers doesn't have an AT, so it can't deal with that. Look, a cub! Unknown technologies detected. Not seen one of these. Imagine if blue had one of those in the last game. So, yeah, it's happening, but it's still +4. And so blue are going to put this back, and then it will be even. But, it's looking pretty dire for blue, to tell you the truth. Like, where's the grad? Grad is almost reloaded. Smoke has actually stopped. They just gave up on the smoke. Well, that's one very dead mutt. Uh-oh. Can it turn in time? No, it can't. So Red sadly didn't really reinforce this a lot. If they'd sent these 2 Conquerors Jeeps with that guy, they could have put these here, and then all of this wouldn't be coming in so readily. They probably would have lost that position anyway, but they would have bought them some more time, maybe. And they could also, I don't know, grad something. But what do you grad at this point? Just nothing, they probably can't see anything. So Eagle's out on the MiG-21 Bison, but the 2 Cubs are going to mount a response. At max range, though, they tend not to hit. Quite low accuracy. Eagle's got quite high ECM. Good A10 usage, like he knows the AA's over here, so he's sending this over here. They finally got something over here, so that's not going to happen again. But it's +3 to the boys in red. Grad's out, and he's just gradding the Ihawks. Yeah, I mean, you saw this in the game with me and T-Man earlier today. Very, very difficult. Very, very difficult to stop this from happening. Basically, you just got to move your Ihawks after every shot, and that's it. But I forgot to do it, so I can't judge it when other people forget to do it. And the other problem you've got is when you're doing your funny smoke thing is that people counter battery your mortars as well, so you got to move those around. Right, so we went on the A10 first, because the A10 is the best ASF in the game. No joke. And you see the ASF that took out the MiG-29 there. Tor is going to hit that Eagle, maybe. Okay, gets it. Strela 10M3's got high accuracy. Wasn't to be this time, but the F-16 is now diving. So that's also going to get shot. And it's also in Cub range. Evacs over the Cubs. They're not got any ammo. Are there any Strelas in here? Can they aim in time? They're moving instead of attack moving. So it looks like he's going to get out. Interesting. Wow. So Bad Mackey's like, oh, there's CV there, bro. They're going to come down here. Which I guess is probably the plan. And this is how you counter the smoke thing. You either grad it, or you just run into it. And then that fixes that problem. So really, blue needs to take this. And they are now going for it, but I'm not sure why this guy's just sort of wandering into the open. They need some AT guys. The Apache's used a lot of its Hellfires. Spetsrozvedka do have a decent RPG, so they will start cleaning this up. Air Cav Troopers, fair enough, but the Tor is there. It does have decent range against helis, 3k. Pivads are just so bad now. I took them out of my 8th deck. I think they're rubbish. I just run Chaparrals and Stingers. I just don't think they're that good anymore. So, yeah, still +3 for red. And honestly, I can't see blue getting back in here. They have to get in here. And that's easier said than done. Like, they got a lot of Abrams, right? They got 2 people buying Abrams, but you know, they've even lost this part. Like, how bad is that? So their Hail Mary is probably going to be shooting down here, but oh, they're smoking it. Interesting. So Bad Mackey's trying to get in there, so they're not going to be able to get down there either. So yeah, honestly, I think this was a fundamental outdraft. Going 2 heavy divs on Cyrus in a competitive 2v2. What was that? M110. In a competitive 2v2. Wow. You see what I mean about artillery, right? It exploded right next to it. It didn't do anything. Look. Oh, that one actually did 1 damage at least. They need to make the radius bigger, and if that makes them OP, then reduce the base HE so that, you know, the sort of the total amount is about the same. But it's just, it's very, like, it literally is hit and miss. That's the definition of it. Definition of hit and miss. So these guys can probably just run in there and just tank all this. Well, okay, if the third one's shooting, they can. Okay. Okay. What? So the one that was full HP smoked and ran off, and the one that was low ran in. But you see, it's 2 different players. Pazuzu really needs to commit to this. What's he doing? He needs to help his friend. Look, they do 1 damage to you. Get in there. Oh, man. Right, now the high HP one's in. Now you need to send the other 2 in, and you can deal with this. But you need them all shooting. You can't. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. SPAA is always nice versus helis. Yeah, you're right. And look at that. Menkar's in. Look, I can smoke too, he says. And he smokes the corner of the zone. Eagle goes down because there's like 3 Cubs here. Imagine Cubs. Imagine Cubs. And yeah, man, this is like so over right now. So we're just going to speed it up a bit, because there's just no way that blue can get back in on this game. So that means we will be going to game 3, and this is elimination. This is the knockout rounds. So whoever wins the next game, presuming that red don't suddenly fall on their sword, whoever wins the next game is gonna go through to fight me and T-Man, unless we lose our game. So, oh no, it gets side shot by Conkers, and down it goes. Yeah, man, this game's so over. Look at that. So that's a very over game. So do let me know what you think of that game. It was definitely less cool than game one. This was kind of one-sided, like really one-sided, and yeah, it was just the blue players' draft was just really awful. You do not open 2 heavy divs on Cyrus. How you saw how red opened 6 planes at the start? It's because they were like, well, if they open 2 heavy divs, the only thing they can do is helo rushes. Otherwise, in like A10 helo attack. Otherwise, we're just going to get there first and win. And so they bought 6 ASFs, and they still came out on top, even though the 6 ASFs did literally nothing. So, so yeah, bad draft from blue here. Bad draft from blue, and we'll see what happens in game 3. So that is so okay. So game 3, best of 3, and it's 1-1 currently. So we're just gonna close this so that we don't know who's gonna win, and I'm gonna hold my hand up to the screen so I don't see it. And now we're not gonna know who's gonna win the final game, the final game. So hello and welcome to this game of Wano. Right, here we go. More reasonable divisions here. More reasonable divisions here. We're on tension. Tension is such an tension is a map in Wano. The first one was the last one. No, it wasn't. I went into they uploaded that as game 1. This is game 3 of 3. This is game 3 of 3. The first one was not the last one. They uploaded the first one as game 1. They literally put game 1 at the end. If you already know the outcome, because the replays are in the channel, because this game has literally just finished, please do not spoil it. Please do not spoil it. Please do not spoil it. So, yeah, absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. So we'll just ignore that and move on. Right, so I'm asking him not to spoil it, but he's not listening to me. Doesn't seem to understand the connotations of what he's saying there. But hey, what can you do? Some people, they just want to be right. Right, so they're off, and we got standard TKS opening. Yeah, standard TKS opening. Just gonna so TKS on the left and the mid, that's what you tend to see. No TKS on the right, which is interesting. And then that you tend to see the 8th player on the right. Last time I saw Mikhail and Pazuzu on this, they were less than stellar. So yeah, but this is a good position for a race car. The thing is that 5e also has race cars, so we'll see how that fight ends up. And red don't have forward deploy, so they're really going to struggle at the start here. But they have, you see that he's put an AMX down every road, which will stop the pushes. What you can do if you're blue is just sacrifice some units to get in there. Because you got to assume there's only going to be one AMX-10, and he can only shoot so fast. So your first guy, as soon as you see the AMX-10, you unload him, he'll be aiming on that vehicle, he'll shoot that vehicle, your infantry will survive. Your next guys have made ground. It's very, very difficult micro. Usually it's just not worth bothering, but it can be done. So, yeah. Isn't there an allotted time we're forced to play in? Yeah, these guys should have played earlier, I think. Well, I don't know, because they're playing at the same time as us, so I guess not. So, right, so let's watch the game. So, the AMXs are missing, but the Milan gets the kill. I don't think the AMXs can actually one-shot each other. But, oh, man, both times there? Oh, there's 2 here, and there were 2 there. So, Menkar lost the AMX trade because he spread his out, whereas Mikhail kept his together, or at least with something else. And so it was 2v1 in both fights there. So you see blue have managed to get in. This town's kind of weird. Like, I don't know where the tall buildings are or anything like that. So, thank you, Flying Flamingo. You want them to pay me? Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So the iHawk hits that. We're seeing race cars dying all over the place. I think that was a trade. I think they both went down there. And red have a bit of an issue over here. Once blue gets to here, it's going to get a bit tougher. And you could put leave the race car on the road. They do have some options here. They got the chocolate eclairs, you know, they got the tanks. Over here, things are going a bit better for red. I mean, it's more of a stalemate. And we're seeing M1A1s go up against Leopard 1s. There's a Leopard 2 there, never mind. The Leopard 2 should really win this fight. It's got more pen, more accuracy, more fire rate, because it's upvetted, because it's got the 2A3 next to it. Waffle, Mega Waffle's out. Okay, it's going on the... Oh, this might be a triple kill. Oh, whoa, and he's aiming there. No, he changed his mind. Nice. 2.5 kills there. Or 2 and a bit. Great. So this guy, obviously, with his satchels, is not going to do much to that. So he really needs to move the Green Berets, and he's doing that. He's swapping them. So he's swapping them around. So Green Berets are going to get in here. And, right, there he goes. So, yeah. That is interesting. Game slowed down a bit now, but red haven't capped their back zones. So blue are in the lead. Oh, wait a minute. Blue didn't cap this one. But I think by the... No, he passed it wrong. So he shift passed it in here and then passed it out to this. But it didn't stay in here long enough to cap the zone. And so it's just going on to the next one without finishing capping the first one. However, Bad Mackie over here is having some good luck against Pazuzu. After Pazuzu lost those ranges, you know, Bad Mackie is just running in. And the tanks are pretty low, actually. The M1A ones are holding the ground well. Jaeger should take out that little guy. BLRA Milan, I guess you could try and put it here. I don't know. I mean, it's decent there in case they come that way. Over here, this front line is getting a bit weird now. Like, oh, wow. This guy got quite far around. He'll probably die to... he'll probably kill this Gazelle cannon, though. Oh, actually. Oh, okay. Yeah, he does. Just like I said. Every time. Alright, see you, Jar. No, it's a 2v2. So do you see in the top right, you see the list of players. So it's a tournament 2v2 game. Yeah. So the Alpha 1, I don't know if there was somebody there before. Maybe there was. It looks like the race car is going to live to fight another day. The Green Berets, like they're trying to... Yeah, oh yeah. I guess he thought the artillery was coming for him. So the Green Berets have actually ran out of AT. So these guys are all dead. Look at them getting picked out. These French tanks have AMXs. Reckon the iHawks will be microed properly this time? I reckon not. I reckon these teams are now more tired than they were in the last game. But there's no grads. There's no grads on the board. The only MLRS that's in this game is the Lars and the Mars from 5th Panzer. The Lars is really good. You saw that in my game with T-Man. The Lars is good. So we might see the Lars, particularly on this map, because the zones are so small and so built up that the Lars, you know, is you basically always hitting something. Basically always hitting something. What ends am I from? I was born in Lee, in Lancashire. It's your quintessential northern town. Very, very poor town. But I don't live there anymore. I got out. So that F104G does make it. And this is basically what happens with TKS. So TKS, they do start falling off. And what you do with TKS is you swap into air spam. So I'd love to see some seed from the 8th player. Oh no, he went Raven, didn't he? What was that in the last game? In the last game I saw a Raven. Does 8th get the Weasel anymore? If 8th gets the Weasel, then you would really need 8th to do the seeding. Because TKS gets loads of planes, but it doesn't get seed. So those roams are going to be a problem all game. But you can kill these guys, right? Without really... Like, this roam probably won't be able to fire, and this one might get one hit off. You can kill these guys. So that's something you can do. You can also try and hit them with artillery. We see they do have a fob. So I would expect to see some artillery at some point. But right now, Pazuzu's got bigger things to worry about. He's got guys in his zone. Although Bad Mackie has not brought any AA at all. He's just got these 2 Rollins back here. Oh, you see, he spotted him at Jeopard now. Gepard. Neither team pushes the side points with armor. Yeah, you can do it. It's just it's a big investment. And so if you move the, so you would need some AA. Oh, yikes! That's probably gonna die. He's not reacted. He's not noticed it. How does he even see that? He probably saw it from here before that smoke was there. Oh man. But yeah, this is quite far away, so we might get lucky. No. So let's say you move the Abrams over, and you would need some AA, and you would need some recon, so the race car. So you attack there. In the time that you can do that, they can get a lot of bombers out to stop it. And if these Abrams are here, then they're not. If these Abrams are here, then they're not here, and then these Leopards have the advantage. So it can be done, and we've seen it done. Because, yeah, neither player's really got much here. But it would require taking lots off the front line, which right now neither team feels that they can afford to do. You see Blues actually managed to push back up here. TKS are wild, but so is 5E when it comes to these infantry fights. Here we go, LGBT's out, but he's not got a target. It's just a shame with the lack of Sneed. Okay, so M1A1 trades with Leopard 2A4. Oh! The M1s are winning. The M1s are winning. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, the Gepard goes down as well. But the thing is that there's no close-range AT infantry here. So now the tanks are caught out because they're going to start getting hit. I think they'll survive because they'll just retreat into this smoke here, which is actually being fired by their opponent. But imagine if Pazuzu had one, like this guy there maybe, or this guy there, or, you know, just some close-range AT here. A fire team law, perhaps. He would have killed, like, all that before he dismounted. But hey, it's not to be. Midlands accent. No, Lee is in Lancashire. I'm not from the Midlands. I'm not from the Midlands. US Scouts not having any AT is a crime. It's not, because they're actually really affordable as a result of that. And the Airborne Scouts do have it, and they're 50 points for a reason. So if you want cheap recon, like, look, this is 40. And where are the US Scouts? I don't see any, but I'm pretty sure they're cheaper. And yeah, we see a lot of artillery purchased here. This one hasn't fired a single shot. This one hasn't fired a single shot. I guess they've just been purchased. So is he going to try and counter battery? Because that MLRS is going for the mortar. That makes sense. That MLRS can kill that AUF 1 because it's a vehicle. This thing is really good. Oh, this is the HE one. Okay, never mind. They just died. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, they were there, weren't they? My bad, we didn't get to see the price. We didn't get to see the price. Hopefully he buys another one, but people tend not to. There was something I was going to show you after the last game, and I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, we were going to check the amount of kills the cluster mortar got, and I just completely forgot. Well, all the replays are available in the YS Discord. So you can, you know, check those out. Yeah, we've just been told that. Please don't mention it because it has the capacity to spoil the outcome, which is why I deleted those previous comments. But the way they reported it in the results channel is they said, you know, so let's just stop talking about it. Don't want to spoil the outcome. So we got some engineers running in here, Vet 0. So once they get into the buildings, they can do stuff, but they have very low HP. This is probably not going to make it. Down it goes. You got to move it after every single shot, otherwise that happens, basically, depending on how much attention your opponent's paying. So, okay, so he's set that up, and he's put it on holding fire, because he's waiting for them to run into it, I guess. Mega Waffle, will it turn in time? Yeah. Interesting. Is it really going to survive? No. Okay. And over here, yeah, so the TKS grind is good, but so is the 5 easy grind. Have they fixed the whole recon can't see thing? No. So the way you... Ooh. You don't want that, man. Okay, so he's reversed into the MLRS, which he had pre-sighted, but because it's the HE one, not the cluster one, it's not actually doing that much. So, you see, it's not really doing a lot. It's a shame. If it was the cluster one, it probably would have killed that tank. So the way you scout in this game is you drop high HP infantry and just send them forwards, which is why we always see is why you always see NATO played, because NATO's got all these really cheap high HP infantry squads, and because that's the only way you can see. Down he goes. Third roll and 3 has been purchased. It's just and a fourth. Both players purchasing roll and 3s. So TKS, you want to be air spamming, but once the AA net gets set up, particularly in team games, TKS air spam is rough because you've got 2 players AA to work with, and because of the range of these radar AA pieces, it's difficult. The F-104s that TKS brings have 8 HP, but the Roland only does 6 damage. So you would need an Eyehawk or something, which neither of these guys have, or a Cub, which of course they don't have either, So yeah, we got some people moving in here. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's not... I don't know. I mean, the commandos are really strong. It just comes down to the infantry micro at the end of the day. So we got some mortar spam. I mean, just keep in mind that blue actually have the advantage, so red needs to push, even though blue have been... Well, okay, red's pushing here, but generally blue's been attacking here. But yeah, getting across this road's quite difficult, because that's where the tanks can come out to play. And blue don't have any, like, dragons or metis. Well, okay, the 8th player does, the TKS player does not. So he would have to spot him some Dragon 2s for these buildings to clear out these guys. Otherwise you're stuck with Milan 2s, which at this range will get spotted and killed immediately. Or you could bring your own tanks, which TKS does get. It gets some cheap tanks. They're really not very good for the price, but they are existent. Vote them down, all 6 divs TBH. Vote 2.3, or you're not welcome here. No, if 2.2 wins, it won't be the end of the world. But yeah, you see the... oof, well, this one should save, should get out. But yeah, he loses 1. And they're just... Blue were making no attempt to deal with these these AA pieces. These haven't moved all game. And these aren't moving. So they've got that MLRS, they could go for it. They could put both of these howitzers on it, and that would work. But basically, when your plane flies over, because you only get a second to see it, you just ping, 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 ping. And you try and ping all the positions. You'll see that in my game with T-Man. So... yeah, Cobra's not really working out. And yeah, the LGBT... he needs a target, really. He needs a target. There are people here, but to be honest, the Roland's going to kill him. So, you need the seed. And yeah, I would like to see something happen here. Like, red definitely could... Because red have to attack, right? And they're attacking here, and it's sort of working. Like, you get the smoke up now, you could actually get in there. Yeah, definitely, actually. You smoke this, and then smoke this. The smoke here blocks his... Yeah, there we go, yeah. And then this one just drives straight in, because you've got that. But you would need smoke here as well to stop a plane from killing you, like this LGBT here. Looks like Pazuzu wasn't spending his points. That's 3 minutes, over 3 minutes worth of income just being pooped out there. If you use ad blocker, you can't see YouTube live chat. Interesting. Well, I mean, you shouldn't be using ad blocker on hippie YouTube videos. So there you go. You get what you deserve. So it's now really up to red to smoke this and get in there. Like, you can definitely do it. MLRS is probably coming on that tank blob. It is. It's going to get the low ones. So that Leopard 1A1's probably dead. Leopard 2A4 routes, which is terrible because now he can't drive it away properly. You see what's turning around there. So he actually gets quite a lot of value out of that. So now this tank blob needs to go here. He knows it's empty here. He does not know what's happening over here. And it's just a crazy situation where, like, he can't see this guy. Because, you know, the recon actually isn't in range. I think if he had that exceptional optic recon there, he'd be able to see those engineers. But yeah, this is a cool attack. And once again, Pazuzu has neglected to bring any short-range AT. Engineers, no AT. Pioneers, no AT. Mech Rifles Dragon, no long-range AT. That's very based of you. Ice Dorino, Boeing 2.3 is very based of you. So, yeah. It looks like red have got in here. So they're getting the points on the board. But this got routed. I'm really not sure how. Oh, it probably got hit by this Engineer's Dragon. But yeah, okay, so it's coming back in, but like he needs to smoke it. He needs a second mortar. He needs to be smoking this. I mean, obviously, Menkar's got his own CV in here as well. Like both players are going hard on that. And over here, like Mikhail's not getting across this road as long as these tanks are here. Like we see, he has bought his own, but they trade very inefficiently against 5 easy tanks, so that's rough. Do you current votes? No, you have to wait until it finishes. Then they release a pie chart. So these tanks are getting mauled by 10 million M1A1. So there you go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Pazuzu is going to get back in here, but this is still here, so it'll still be a +2 for red team. Still yet to see anything happen over here. And yeah, blue is slowly losing this fight. Because he keeps... how do you know which is winning? You just got to wait till it ends. It's only a week, right? It's like the general election, right? There are exit polls, but do you trust them? Does everybody vote? Do you know what I mean? Just like real life. So the problem is Mikhail keeps putting his units up here, and then all of Menkar's autocannons on his tanks and his IFVs are just killing his guys. So he's just slowly losing his people for no gain. Like there's no way, he's not getting across that road basically. He just needs to accept that and come help out over here, because he does have the point advantage for now, but it's about to swing in red's favour. Pioneer Armbus really needs to get out there. M1A1 is just going to try and run up to it, but he's on attack move, so he's just going in on that infantry, which is all dead now, actually. But he doesn't know that, so he's pulling back. What is that shooting at? Oh, no. What? What is that line of sight? So, yeah, just red, not smoke mortar. Like, that smoke mortar got countered, right? It was good, like, he smoked here, which meant that he could move the tanks in. But now this is exposed, and if he had his own smoke mortar for that, or the Alpha ones could join in, so just smoke this off, just buy some time. Like, they're getting points, they just need some more points. Jaguar AT, there are IHawks back here, and 5e does get a good seed card with 3 seed in the card, so it could be used. But we haven't seen too many air from red, so now they should have noticed, okay, there's IHawks here. So, LGBT is out. And it's going to die, because there's 3 rolling 3s there. So, bye-bye. So, yeah, you really need the 8th player to be buying the seed. Buying the seed. Supply spam. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Supplies units, and yeah, we got some supply here as well. So, blue still... Oh, man, I can't believe it. Blue actually pushed them out in time. So these units have lost their auto cell, because if you manually path them once they've been bought, the auto cell turns off. And Bad Mackie, he's coming back in, but he really needs some smoke, man. Here we go. Yeah, there we go, he's doing it. But yeah, he's just getting shot from every side. Would have loved to have seen some Lars from 5th Panzer as well. Lars here, really, really, really useful, because you can just hit all these buildings with your Lars, and it does stuff, right? Rather than just smacking your head against the wall over and over. Like, the Alpha 1s are a good buy, especially when you... Okay, so that's moved. But they are a good buy. But yeah, 5th Panzer not buying 2 Lars is very sad. You hate to see it. And I'm pretty sure they do get them. So he goes down again to all these tanks, these 10 million tanks. We'd love to see 2 M1A1s around here, just there. Solve a lot of problems. Okay, so Jaguar... We'll see what happens. I mean, the IHawks should still be there. I don't know if one of them got... No, it's just buried. So this is probably going to go down. And, okay, it survives. So it looks like just a Stinger hit it on the damage. And yeah, red, they got 20 minutes, and they're in there. It's just the CVs. So here we go. Smoke, like, he's got the smoke up now, so Menkar can just drive straight in. Yeah, like, I think instead of those 2 planes, if Menkar had just bought 2 minutes worth of infantry, they'd be in a much better spot. Like the first plane, I guess the first plane you discover the IHawks, but then the second plane you shouldn't buy, basically. The Jaguar died. Yeah. But yeah, it's, pushing on this map's hard. Basically the way you do it is rocket RT spam, and 5th does get that, so it's a shame not to see it. Because yeah, it's very... pushing into 8th is such a pain in the neck. Here we go, we got seed now. So the seed is out. But I really think that instead of buying a plane a minute, he should be buying inf. Right, 3 minutes worth of inf would have really helped this situation. Like, sure, he got the Ihawk, great, but he lost the plane as well. And yeah, 3 minutes worth of inf would have taken this zone. You know, I mean, maybe another smoke mortar so you can actually move it in between all the tanks. So Pazuzu, he's ran out of mech rifles lore, and he's down to fire team AC4 now. Green Beret's coming in from Mikhail as well. He's probably realised, look, I'm not getting over there. Time to help out. Oh no, okay, I see. So he might be trying to YOLO this. Because look, he's like built up a CV, some guys, so he might try and get in here. But with the way the roads work, he would either have to go this way, in which case he dies. Oh no, that doesn't have AT. Oh, there's a tank there. Or this way, in which case... might make it, actually. That tank might shoot him, but these ATGMs can't do anything. Does blue have no AA on the left? No, I don't see any. Don't see any. It's just these two Ihawks. They're doing all the work. He's trying to counter battery them. But these two... Here we go, Mars. Okay, so I prefer the Lars. But the Mars is good against armor, and the Lars is good against infantry. The Mars is just this thing. A different name. Oh no, never mind. It's the cluster version, so it does more damage against... do not be fooled by this 2.27. The HE on the HE one is better, even though it should be the same according to the stat card. The stat card constantly lies. Yikes. So that was like 2 side shots and a crit. And yeah, you got to keep these moving as well, because they get hit. +2 for red. Yeah, red are winning. Red are winning now. I wasn't paying attention. Red are now winning, so now blue has to do something. We're not seeing anything here. They definitely could blitz that, especially as TKS gets the air mobiles. Honestly, if you just buy 8 air mobiles and you just drop them all down there at once, backed up by some air, and, you know, like 1 or 2 tanks from the 8th player. Of course, it's getting a bit complicated now. But yeah, air mobiles can do it. The Minstrel's only going to shoot 1. They'll send out planes. You've got planes, hopefully. You know, you can move this Ihawk over here and preemptively... because there's really nothing going on over there. But I really do feel that Mikhail's going to try and blitz this. And I do wonder what's going to happen when he runs into the tank. Because, yeah, red are in the zone. Red have done it. I honestly think that red should just fall back now. There's a tendency not to, but you don't want to lose all your guys. So I would start putting... Like, leave those there, sure. But I would start buying people for this, because if all these guys die, there's actually not that much behind them. Right, so we're seeing more planes. Sneed fires. Will it get the Ihawk? It did, which means the AT is now fine. Jaguar 2. Oh, right, that was the... But the Mirage takes out the Seed. He's got 1 left. It's flying over all the Roans, so it's probably going to die. And, like, what was this going for? We did see an Abrams die, so maybe it was that? It's kind of hard to see. There's a lot of units here. And that's why the Rocket Arty is so useful. That's why the Rocket Arty is so useful. So, yeah, okay. So Menkar's like, bro, they're smoking me. Something is about to happen. And he's right. So, yeah, just too many planes, man. Although, I guess he assumed that all the Ihawks were dead because of the Seed. So, where was the Ihawk that got him? Oh, maybe it was the 3 Stingers. And, yeah, here we go, it's coming in. Some of it's going, but some of it's not. Which is not good. You really want it all to be going at once. I do like the smoke. He keeps it up. Okay, he's not queued up enough orders there, so it's going to stop. Okay, he's clocked on now, he's going in. And yeah, because of the smoke, they can't really stop that. This is a cool attack. Because there's no AA here, this Gazelle Hot 2 is just really messing up these tanks. It's getting some kills there. And yeah, here we go, big YOLO, big YOLO. Okay, he's playing it safe. But that now... So what Bad Mackie... Okay, so he's going in there, fair enough. What he could also do is just leave him here and shoot all these guys in the side in the transports, but you got the problem that the Abrams are going to shoot you. That was a good Mega Waffle, I think. I don't know if it... I think it got the CV. Yeah, it got the CV, so that was a good Mega Waffle. And it got the Gazelle Hot too. And it got the Mirage, you know, in a way, in a manner of speaking. So that was good, actually. And now Red are reinforcing, so maybe this ain't going to work out. Red on the +2. These Pioneer Armburst, I mean, he needs a couple more of them, then he can send them all in. Because, yeah, you need close-range AT to deal with this. And you see Bad Mackie doing a good job here. He's just put the tanks equidistant from each other so that, okay, it's sort of getting messed up a bit now. Basically, he would have seen anybody coming in. Oh, that's a shame. I think he should have left that in there, but maybe not, because he doesn't know how much is coming. And so he's got to be careful, especially given what infantry AT is these days. F-104 goes down. The LGBT is looking for a kill. Instead, it's going to find 6 rolling 3s. Because none of them have been killed this game. Although there was one here, so maybe one has. No? Okay, it actually makes it out. So, Blue, they got in here, but they lost the crucial unit. So, it would have been great if Pazuzu had, like, sent this, you know, immediately after that Green Berets died, because he's got a backup. He's got 4 CVs here for himself, and none for his friend. So, 12 minutes left on the board. Is a Pioneer Armburst worth bringing? Yeah, it used to be like way worth it. Now it's like slightly worth it. The main advantage is it's got shock. And, you know, the Armburst fires very quickly. I like it, but the thing is that it literally used to be like 40 points, and that's 50, so it's tough. These guys are on move, not attack move. Notice? Oh, wait. Oh, they don't have any rounds. They don't have any AT, so they actually can't do anything about that. This guy can, though. So, will he smoke? Is there anything behind this? No. He could use the ALF-1s to smoke this. What's the plan here? He's going to smoke. Okay, fair enough. Then he could use the ALF-1s. They got rounds. He could smoke it up with the ALF-1. Because, yeah, now that's going to fade in about 20 seconds, and then he's had it, basically. So here we go. Pazuzu has generously lent a CV to his friend. And, yeah, that's just in the smoke. Attack position, the smoke. Can't stick around. So I guess he could have, because I probably didn't know exactly which building it was in, but yeah, if you could use the ALF-1s for smoke there. Shock should go back to what it did in Wargame. I agree completely. It used to be a flat 10% damage increase, but it applied to AT weapons and stingers and stuff like that, and that was very silly. So instead of just fixing that, they were like, oh, we'll just do something else, and they made it this really dumb radius. So that's big sad. But yeah, you know, the Red are doing well, but it's as we spoke about before, there's nobody here now because they waited too long to get out of here. So I think there's been a noticing of that. There's definitely a lot of people showing up. Both sides are doing some serious noticing here. These guys just need to YOLO straight in there. Like, you've got this, you know there's nobody in that building, but no, he's being too conservative. He could be in there by now. M1A1's going to take out some Marders, like, so he's got quite a few things back here. It's difficult to micro everything at once, but Blue are getting in there. Over here, Mikhail's trying it again. It's just not going to work. I mean, as long as these two are here and there's no ATGM on them, like, you could get a Gazelle hot, but then there's the Minstrels, you know, it's tough. You need Rocket Arty. Hit a Nighthawk. And, yeah, still nothing oh, okay, this is... Wow, how did he see that? So he saw that somehow. So Bad Mackie pinged that. So maybe there's somebody in that building. Or maybe it was... Because this was, like, here, right? So maybe he just saw it. Because he's definitely seen it. And so he's trying to get in, but I don't think it's going to make it. The Gazelles have been... And look at this NATO imp spam. But obviously both teams are NATO. It's falling apart, man. Yeah, there's just not enough here. Like, a lot of guys died in their transports because we saw a lot more units than this, and the Gazelles coming in, and now it's just pure saturation. The enemy have not resupplied their rocket arty. They're not using their artillery. Let's just get as many people as we can in as fast as humanly possible, and try and take it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the teamwork here. Both teams opening up. Both players in the team opening up their infantry tab and just buying everything. This was a nice idea. But, you know, it got spotted somehow. I guess this guy saw it. I'm really not... Because if it came... Maybe it didn't go right on the side. So Blue have got in. Did they have enough time? They got 9 minutes. And I'll be honest, like, Red just ran out of stuff. You know, because they were kept taking this, which made sense. But they lost so many people doing it. And they didn't have a second line of defense. So once they lost their guys, that was it. And... yeah, that is just like total collapse. Like, it was close the whole game. It was close the whole game, and then, you know, you make one mistake and that's it. And now, like, the panic sets in. They're desperately trying to get in there, but I think they know. And there's the surrender. So, Team Blue Yellow Submarine have been eliminated, and Team Belt and Road Initiative go through. So, yeah, GG. The reason I deleted that guy's comments before is because even though I was trying to say that it wasn't the case, to try and stop the spoilers, he kept saying that Game 3 and Game 1 had been switched, which, but that means that you know who's going to win. Because if you think about it, if you know that Game 3 and Game 1 have been switched, that means that you know who won the final game. So that's why I deleted his comments, but he just didn't seem to, you know, it happens, right? So hopefully not too many of you were big-brained enough to figure that out and had the ending spoiled for you there. But yeah, it seems that the guys that uploaded the replays did switch games 1 and 3 there. So that's life. It happens every single time. There's always somebody. You also get, like, after the game, the players come in. I mean, well, you saw that from Menkar. And they're like, "Bro, I can't believe I lost that." And it's like, "Oh my god, shut up." But yeah, it was a good series. I hope you enjoyed the series. And yeah, Pazuzu really doing a lot of work there with those M1A ones. Killing a lot of Leopard ones. The M1A one is very strong. Some may say OP. I am one of those people. Yeah, it came down to the micro in the end. I do think that this team had the better draft. So there you go. That's the game. That's the game, and it's time for me to go to bed. So I hope you enjoyed the game, and I will see you tomorrow in T-Man's stream for our next game against Yamin and the other guy. So see you around.